after the toilet paper incident occurred. How did that feel like?
Oh, well, pretty weird. It was definitely strange. I mean, the dinner, we met at dinner, it was great, and then we went out for a drive, which was exciting, because he's got one arm and drives a stick shift and talks on the phone while he drives. So that was pretty wild.
But you got on very well, huh?
Yeah, I mean, he's a pretty cool dude. You know, we come from similar-ish backgrounds, and yeah, I mean, that's been the story with everybody I've met. Like, everybody's just been normal, and this has been like just totally regular. You know, I mean.
And I was really apprehensive. I invited you to dinner with 12 former Guantanamo detainees, all of them much bigger than me. I'm not particularly huge, but those guys are. And I thought this sort of skinny American is going to get wasted. But that didn't happen, did it?
No, not really.
No. You probably got wasted from all the food you ate that night.
Yeah, that was a lot of food.
And so, this is it. This is the end. This is over. After this, it is, Chris goes back home. He goes back home to the United States of America. But he's had this experience, this monumental new experience, touring the world, touring the UK, with former Guantanamo Bay detainees, with the worst of the worst. That's what we were called. Your president called us the worst of the worst. Now what do you think of us?
Well, it's individual cases. It's hard to sum up. I mean, now you guys are kind of like, I don't know, family, close friends. We've spent like a month in a car together like we've walked on the moors and we've done everything. We walked on Hadrian's Wall together. Omar fell in the dirt. I mean, we've bashed conservatives on public television. We pretty much, if there's anything that two former detainees and a former guard could do together, we did it. So yeah, it's been. I mean, I don't know. I feel like you guys are just normal people. Like that's the weirdest part to me is that.
The weirdest part is that we're normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes complete sense. I've been speaking to you about this, and I think we should bring Omar on this also, because Omar has toured with this. Omar has toured with this. Omar, can you just tell me what have been your impressions of touring around the country with the likes of Chris?
Yeah, it's been really nice, and you can see we've been all over the place: museums, the War Museum, the Viking Museum, and many places.
We even toured a prisoner of war museum together, which was bizarre. It was a Second World War museum.
We also toured a scam Viking museum as well.
Yes. So Omar, what's it like?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been really nice to speak about many things, and I think it helped me myself. It helped me going on tour and speaking with Chris and getting to know him more, and so it's been a nice experience.
One of the things that's come out of this, and I suppose I can speak to you all now, is that Chris, through his courageous move in coming here and speaking in the United States of America, has helped other former Guantanamo guards come out and speak and contact us and want to do the same thing and more. Chris was there in 2004. Other guards were there in 2003, others in 2002, and others in the other years from 2005 up until now. And each one of them would have had a unique role, a different experience, a different take on things. So I think that what Chris has done here has helped to forge a new future. And this is new in the sense of, in the war on terror, you will not see people sitting together like this. This is an exclusive people. It's an exclusive. And I hope that you soak it in and that you take from it and try to benefit from it and learn about the campaigns that we're involved in. Chris is part of the Iraq Veterans Against the War. Please visit its website. Please contact the people that are involved in it. It doesn't just affect Guantanamo. It's also about Iraq. It's also about Afghanistan. And it's about a mindset that you can help to shape and support or not. Visit the website of my organization, Cageprisoners. We campaign for people detained without charge or without trial around the world, in Guantanamo Bay, the secret detention sites in America, in Europe, and in this country here, where people are held without charge and trial, either on extradition orders for 10 years plus, or people held on control orders that are akin to house arrest, which you will not believe actually happened in the United Kingdom. And part of our tour also took us, myself, Chris and Omar, to visit some of these men detained in their own homes in the United Kingdom under anti-terror legislation. So please support that, support our organisations, and visit the stalls at the back, and hopefully we can now open up for questions. Forgive me and apologies, I should have mentioned right at the beginning that Samuel Hajj only got his visa to come to the UK today, after having tried and attempted for the past 2 months. They gave it him on the day of his of the end of this tour, so sadly he couldn't make it. But it also, Sami, in the true sense of being a journalist, despite having returned from Guantanamo Bay for a very short time, went to Gaza, or attempted to go on in the first instance, and his ship, the Dignity, was rammed by an Israeli gunboat. He then went after the invasion of Gaza and the killing that took place there, and today I just spoke to him, and the things that he said he saw there broke his heart. Despite, this is a man who served 6 years in Guantanamo Bay, who saw his son, Muhammad, only after he passed the age of 6 years old.
I'm glad you mentioned concentration camps, because in the Second World War, concentration camps, there were 6 million Jews killed, and so they were given that small piece of the earth to live in. And I'm not going to be popular, I know, but I think that there was also rockets firing over into Israel from Gaza. And I'm not against you personally or anything, but I just feel there's two sides to every story.
We sat here speaking with the greatest of respect for about 1 hour about Guantanamo Bay, and that's our experience. And it's called Two Sides, One Story. You want to know about Two Sides?
You had an awful time in Guantanamo Bay, which was like a concentration camp, and other people have died in concentration camps. And I'm not saying one side or the other, I'm just saying the Israelis now, the Jewish people.
I will just say that in relation to the issue about concentration camps, I went to a Jewish school as a child. I studied with Jewish children up until the age of 11. I celebrated Hanukkah, Pesach, Purim, Yom Kippur, and all of these festivals. But my best friends were Jewish. Some of them were children of people who had either survived the concentration camps or their parents had not. I also grew up to marry a Palestinian woman. And that woman, her parents were thrown out of their homes in 1948, has never been to Palestine, even though she holds on to the documents in the dream one day that she'll return to her home. So I think it's important for me, on a personal level, that when people talk about concentration camps, I think that the last people in the world to carry out the atrocities that we're seeing that are being done today in Gaza should be the descendants of people who were in those camps.
Same thing. I experienced the same about the Jews people in London. There's an organization which works very hard and campaigns very hard, and they're outspoken even against the atrocities that happen in Gaza. And they're Jews, so it's not a matter of we hate Jews or something like that. Personally.